Hi guys, Anthony here and welcome to another video. Many people look to New Year as a time to set New Year's resolutions, as a time to reset. Many people do this on the 31st of December so that they can set up for the new year starting on the 1st of January. However, I don't do that. I look at the 5th of April as my New Year's Eve. Why? Is it because I'm such a cool guy? Well, no, not really. The reason I use the 5th of April is because it's the end of the tax year. And the end of the tax year means one big thing. It's the ISA deadline day. And unlike other deadline days, we're not going to see Jim White presenting all the transactions made on that day.
Hi, good evening everybody. This is deadline day with less than 2 hours to go until the transfer window shuts.
We're not going to see Harry Redknapp conducting an interview in his Range Rover.
Harry, great to see you on deadline day.
And if you get that reference, hit that like button. But what we will see is huge amounts of money being spent and transferred into ISAs before midnight on the 5th of April. Well, why is it so important? Well, each year you get an ISA allowance, which is a maximum amount that you can invest, so that money is tax-free. I did a full breakdown of the ISAs for the tax year of 2020 to 2021, and there's a link in the description below. Go and check out that video so you can see a full breakdown of how much money you can put into each ISA, what ISAs are available, and how you qualify. But to whet your appetite, here's a rundown of the ISAs available before the end of the tax year. So an ISA stands for Individual Savings Account, and it's available for all adults over the age of 16 or 18, depending on which ISA you want to open. And what it means is that you can save or invest up to £20,000 each year into an ISA wrapper. And the ISA wrapper will protect all that money from tax. So when I say ISA wrapper, I want you to think of your ISA and your savings as a farm. If you have a farm, those are your savings. Now, you want to put a fence around your farm. This is to protect all your crops and your livestock from prey coming in and eating them overnight. And that fence is an ISA wrapper. And what it does, it protects your farm, which are your savings, from tax. Simple. So for example, if you invested £10,000 this year, and you invested it really well, and in many years to come, with compounding and reinvesting of dividends and interest, you turn that money into £100,000. Well, when you come to sell that investment, as you might want to buy a house or have a really nice holiday or buy a brand new fantastic car, you'll have to pay tax on it. But if that money is in an ISA wrapper, you'll never ever have to pay tax on the amounts of money that you've made. And these are fantastic, meaning that you can invest and save your money knowing that you're never going to have to worry about tax on that money ever again. Now you can invest up to a maximum of £20,000 over 4 different types of ISA. The first ISA is a cash ISA. This is the simplest form of ISA and it's just like a savings account. But instead of a normal savings account where they pay you interest and sometimes you can get taxed on that interest, putting money into a cash ISA means that any interest that you earn on the money that you hold is never taxed. The next is a stocks and shares ISA, and these ones are my favorite types of ISA. This is an ISA that, as I said, protects you from tax of all your investments. These are investments into individual stocks, exchange traded funds, mutual funds, and bonds. So any dividend payments or capital gains that you get off these investments are never taxed. And there's also Innovative Finance ISA, and this is for peer-to-peer lending. This is where you lend money to individuals or businesses, essentially taking the position of a bank. As we know, banks lend money to businesses and individuals and earn a return. In peer-to-peer lending, then you can be the person who lends money to these businesses and individuals. And the returns that you get in this ISA are completely tax-free. And finally, although I said the stocks and shares ISA was my favorite, the lifetime ISA is my all-time favorite. Now, I've done a couple of videos on lifetime ISAs, so check them out in the link in the description below, because if you're interested in lifetime ISA, I give you a full rundown of which is better, a lifetime ISA or a pension, and also how they work. But unlike the first 3 ISAs, the lifetime ISA is slightly different. You can only invest a maximum of £4,000 per year, and it's only available for people between the ages of 18 and 40, and can be used for only 2 reasons: buying your first home or retirement. But what is great about a lifetime ISA is the government give you a 25% bonus on top of your money. Just think that any money that you put into a lifetime ISA makes an automatic 25% return. And you can invest that money exactly the same way as you would into a stocks and shares ISA. So not only do you get 25% extra, you can invest it into the stock market, earning incredible capital gains and dividend payments. Now, all these ISAs are great, but remember, you only have up until the 5th of April to take advantage of this year's allowance. Because on the 6th of April is the start of the new tax year, which means that all these allowances reset. And once it's gone, it's gone. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. So check out the link in the description below for my full ISA guide so you can have a more detailed breakdown of what ISAs are available. But if you're not sure about what ISA provider you want to use for your stocks and shares ISA, then I would always recommend people to put their money straight into a cash ISA. A cash ISA is the simplest and easiest ISA to open, and normally you can do this through your bank. And once you put money into that cash ISA, it's protected in that ISA wrapper. It means you don't have to make a decision in a couple of weeks. You can put that money into a cash ISA. It's protected from tax in the future. And then in a couple of weeks or a couple of months' time, once you've done your research into which ISA provider you want to put your money into, you can just transfer that ISA into your preferred stocks and shares provider. There you go, you don't have long left. Make sure that you're using all these ISA allowances and you don't want to be taxed in the future. Because remember, once those tax allowances are gone, they're gone forever. And if you are ready to invest into an ISA provider, check out the links in my description below to Nutmeg and Trading 212. Nutmeg is my favorite investment manager because they take your money and you can just invest it with them and forget it because they do all the hard work. They invest into a range of ETFs depending on your risk preference. They do all the buying and all the selling and you just transfer your money to them on a monthly basis. And if you sign up using the link in my description below, you'll get 6 months free management fees. Now, if instead you want to buy and sell individual stocks of companies, then check out the link to Trading 212. That's a great place to start as it's a free trading platform. And if you use the link in the description below, you'll get a free share worth up to £100. And before you go, don't forget, follow me on Instagram at Anthony Cotter Finance, where I post daily. And if you have enjoyed today's video and want to see more videos from a finance professional talking about everything finance, personal finance and investing, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time.